Fraudulent transfers made in the period before a bankruptcy filing are avoidable by the bankruptcy trustee under both the Bankruptcy Code and applicable state fraudulent transfer law. For creditors, identifying these transfers is often the key to recovering assets that would otherwise be beyond reach. Here's the framework for investigating and challenging fraudulent pre-bankruptcy transfers. The Bankruptcy Code's fraudulent transfer provisions, Section 548, allow the trustee to avoid transfers made within 2 years before the petition date that were made with actual intent to hinder, delay, or defraud creditors, or made for less than reasonably equivalent value while the debtor was insolvent, becoming insolvent, or left with unreasonably small capital to continue in business. State fraudulent transfer law, incorporated into bankruptcy through Section 544B, often extends the look-back period beyond 2 years. The Uniform Voidable Transactions Act, adopted in most states, provides a 4-year look-back period for intentional fraudulent transfers. California's UVTA has a 7-year limitation period for intentional fraud. Bankruptcy trustees can use the longer state law look-back periods when advantageous. What transfers are worth investigating? Real estate conveyances to family members, particularly those made for nominal consideration or zero consideration, are the classic fraudulent transfer. Business asset transfers to newly formed entities at below-market prices. Personal property transfers to spouses or domestic partners. Cash transfers out of business accounts to personal accounts or to related parties. Payments to family members disguised as compensation or loan repayments that vastly exceed fair market rates. Evidence that supports an actual intent finding. Transfers to insiders. Debtor retained use or benefit of the transferred property after the transfer. Transfer was concealed. Debtor was sued or threatened with suit before the transfer. Substantially, all of the debtor's assets were transferred. Value received was inadequate. Debtor became insolvent shortly after the transfer. Transfer occurred shortly before or shortly after a substantial debt was incurred. Investigation methodology. Professional asset investigation traces the debtor's property history in the years before the filing. Reviewing recorded deed transfers, vehicle title history, UCC filing history, business registration changes, and related party financial records to identify and document the full transfer history. People Locator skip tracing provides pre-bankruptcy transfer investigation for trustees and creditors. Visit peoplelocatorskiptracing.com to place your order.